in page Kuf Chof Ches, close to the bottom. So we are saying here, let's say start again. Show us Meluch. That in order for the it should be Meluch, or there should be a Melech, there has to be a Nifodim. In order to be Nifodim, there must be a Tzimtzum. Says further. Omnam, Steve, so now the offer is we be start to look at key Mitzias period gamma by was in front. The result of the symptom can also be something negative, which is Mitzias period gamma. Total separation. The Einer Shaloy needs a Bittelwach no klar like us bear. Possible that this situation of the symptom, that the Eberster limits himself and hides himself, that can create a situation of Hedar Bittul. The Nivoim don't recognize the Eberster, which is a problem. Like my Achsha. The Meister now, the situation is the way the Eberster created the world, the Meister is that no, that there is a certain level of Bittul. It's going to go on for a longer arichos here, almost the whole page, describing the madrig of Bittul, the level of Bittul that's in the world. Like my Achshav, the situation is Shenemal Bahem, right now the situation is that the Nivoim, first of all, Tzvah Shamayim, the heavenly bodies, they bow to the Eibus, which means that the Hashem has nifel mir the Kidatzilas Kanal, we call them Yochodim, and Mishtachim has Bittul. The mice the way Nivoim are created now, there is Bittul. Gam Yeshbam Kines Bittul, Shemana we get a kli, not stam Bittul, not only are they in a state of Bittul, Mishtachim means Achno, that they're bottle in the state that they give away their they mavatal their yeshus. Can be even more than that. Bittul shalamayim get a kli. Can be a level of bittul now that's above their get a kli. Means they lose their being, not only in a state of achno, but in a way that they lose their being. Malam kli. For example, Machni so Michal Ba'avo says in Chazal that the camp the Machni of Michal, of Malach Michal, is the Malach of Machni Michal on the state of Avo. So what happens? The Yerbem Avash Misgal Mukbeles, must usually the Ava they have is in a way that they can handle their chayma, in other words, their state of being is that they can handle that their they can handle their the chayma, the kei can handle. Yes, but that sometimes the situation can be a level of avad in the malachim that it's above the limit of their own chayma, of their own matter. It's compared to the avad of place on nefesh. When a person, a matter has place on nefesh, it's not just that he has ava, but it's place on nefesh. It means he expires. The ava is above the limits of his kelim. Like we say, the sofim, they what they call sofim. They when we call it sofim, sofim means they burn. It means they lose their being. They say is called himself. They lose their being and their nichlal contained within himself. They lose the being in such a way that it says which everything he says means it's above Avai. The Eibishter is in that level that he's lowering himself to them. So maybe the Malay, the Srafim are above Adna. Their bottom is even above the level of Adna. The whole this is an expression of Bittul Shalamayla Maki. So that's the way it is in Av. Chain Machnaga will be similarly when you get to the Malachim and Machnaga will. The way this fear and awe are Yeshba Mira Zuknes. So most of the time, that level of ir and Malachim of Gavril is limited. The for Amim is believable. Sometimes that level of the ir of the Malachim is in a state of believable. It's unlimited. It's above their being. Kamoi, that's it. But that it brings an interesting Maimah Chazal to prove that point. It says Miziyos and Shal Chayes Nahar Dinu Yates. That's like a visual, like always, and these things brings a very visual image, but they have to understand it's the concept. What is the visual image? That the sweat of the Chayes, sweat that's resulting from fear. What happens? Nardino. What does Nardino means? Mean a river of fire. So fire is the same concept of suffering. I think that he's writing the kids. I think that's the meaning of what he's saying. That the ziyot of Chayes, the fear, ziyah. I remind myself in the Megillah. We just started in the Megillah. V'leikom v'leizom men. So zo can be translated as tremble. He didn't tremble from his in Matan Torah it says Vayaram Vayanu, but in here in Mordechai they get to Mordechai and Haman. The lashon is v'leikom v'leizom men. He didn't tremble. Haman didn't cause tremble. That's negative. It's in positive. It says Miziot Chayes. I guess in real life also, the person is the very strong state of fear. It creates a sort of trembling. It creates also zeya, which means sweat. Okay, so it's not so negeya, the physical part, but the concept, the remez is that Mizyos Shel Chayes now dinu. So that fear, the ear creates a river of fire, and fire consumes, which means it's consuming. It's like surfing. It's above the mitzvah. So that's one.
The highest, the malachim are above serafim.
No, malachim are lower. No, but right now we're talking about in both of these madrigas as in the concept. It's malachim is a shem kloli. Remember, I was saying davening. Serafim ve'efani v'chayis hakedesh. That's the three madrigas. All three are called malachim. So, I mean, there's a few ways to look at it, but that's, let me see, okay, 1 second. So, no. Wow. Yeah, it's a piyut, like I said. It's a piyut, but I say this a lot. The piyut zois, remember zois Michael Kisei. Where is the lashon? Zois Michael Kisei. What is it? Let's see. It's in it's a marzer, not actually non-Chabad marzer. Chabad marzer. It's one of them. I'm not sure in our marzer we have it, but in one of the piyutim of Rosh Hashanah, the lashon is zo is bli leis mechel kisei. They tremble without stopping. Mechel, what is chel kisei? See, pachad. Oh, chayil is also pachad. Rusi chayil is pachad. I don't remember now. The word chel also means pachad. That's how the Mephoshim say. So is Mechilk Akise, the Malachim are trembling from the pachad of the kisse. So we see here basically brings two sources in Beniget Machne Gavril Be'ira that there's also a level of bittul which is above the mitzvahs. One is Ziyasa Shel Chayes, like the Nardinu, and the other is Zois Michel Kisse. Interesting. Where is Marum is Punkt Galashtain from Milo Shalech says. So maybe no, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe we don't need the Nardinu. The Zeyo itself, the trembling and the sweat, that itself is an expression of Lo Yuchlu say, they can't handle it. Okay. So that interestingly brings this to source. So that's Malachim Debriya. Both of them, both of them are Malachim Debriya. So similarly in the Malachim Debriya, which are also, so we're there, we also find that their beetle is in a way from Ma'ala Akbal. Right, we say in the army, the very funny, Raj Godel misnasim. So Raj Godel is also an expression of beetle, because when you make, and there's a lot of noise, means it's against your nature. Sometimes that's also one of the things to remember. Sometimes Phileas brings an example when you have a piece of wood, it's burning and makes noise. The burning makes noise. The noise, in a certain sense, is a sign of beetle. It breaks it. Okay, so that's as far as he brings when we get to Efanim Chayes HaKadosh, which are the two madrigas of Yitzir, Malachim the Yitzir, which are the Efanim, Malachim I'm sorry, Asir is the Efanim, and the Yitzir is Chayes HaKadosh. Remember, we learned Samachay, there's all Maimah there, which actually happens to be in the Parsha of Tetzaveh, I think the Maimah of Tetzaveh, so he speaks over there about the Sofim, the Efanim, Chayes HaKadosh. So there was a lot of issues with those madrigas. So they also have the bit even the physical spheres, but the heavenly bodies turn. The fact that they turn every day from east to west, it's also an expression of bittul. Kayadu, kanoida. As it knows, very long, the first time we about with the Gemara says of a basa the Chafei Medalef. Why all the heavenly bodies, the sun, the bodies, everything going from east to west? Because Shechina b'Ma'ariv, so the seal of the turning is an expression of the shtachavoy, of the beetle. It's also about Tanya, the beetle of the heavenly bodies to the Yevashtot. So again, so we see beetle not only in Malachim, even in the Galganim, in the heavenly stars and planets. Even the the creations in our own planet and our own earth also have beetle. The emails and the final come they're like separated, like we said earlier. Each one's still independent. At the same time, they have the bittul that causes them to praise the Eibishter. So that
except
is
human,
another matter.
except
What?
human being, huh? Except human being.
Except I like that. No. I don't
No,
know.
because we don't see that. I mean, that they
But
feel it, but
we don't see
we
that
don't.
We don't see it in the other Nevoim also. It's there.
No,
There is a
no,
concept.
but they feel this. They feel this. That's why they are bitul. But no human being. That's the whole Indian outcome. That's avoda. No, without seeing, without that's is not true. I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know what it's getting to, but I'm saying this is the. This is what by the purpose of learning is to feel and realize and come to that bitul. No.
Look, you're right that I'm not arguing the facts with you, but it's not. I mean, maybe we can say except human beings. Okay, we'll say that. I could put human beings aside. We're talking about all the Nevoim have bit. That's a פרק שיר שכל הנביאים הם שיר. אחרי שבמזמור דאל לסובב מן השמיים, יהיו בשבע צבאות, מעלה ומטה, צבאות. All this that you find in the Mizmor, as we say every morning, in Psukat Zimur, Alus Hashem Nashamayim, Allah Bamreimim, what do we see here? We see that each one of the Nevoim, Allah Kabbalah, Gosbal, Shemesh Ve'ereh, Taninim V'chol Tomes. So we see the Nevoim Shalamata also, but Yeshleima. It's interesting. It brings in the Chatzigol an interesting Chagah point. Mash b'yechayz neshamas yisrael live labit b'damim tachtenu yadin b'leikus. The neshamas yisrael. Okay, so we have the bittul. We just had the bittul the way we explained, the way everything's built in. It's a built-in bittul to leikus that all the nevoim have. Now, Chassidus says that yesh koyach. The Neshamas Yisrael, live a bittul b'damim tachtenu yadin b'leikus. Neshamas Yisrael have a specific ability to affect a level of bittul in the nevoim and to connect them to likus. That's an expression of the Ma'as and the Neshama. The Neshama has this unique quality that can bring a bittul likus. Because of the Ma'as, the R'Dovid Olidort. In the Maimah, the Bereshis, this explains the difference between the creation of human beings and all the other living creatures. And all the other living creatures, the neshama and the guf are created together. Because the neshama l'chatchila is on the lower level and the guf is on a little higher level. So they're created together. In the B'yas Adam, he says, off from in Adam. The body comes from a level of from Adama, the lowest, daimon. And the neshama by Chaim is much higher. It's not the neshama that was created with the body. It's the neshama comes from a higher level. And he explains in the Maimah, why did they create this? In order to give the neshama the power to elevate even the lowest. So according to that understanding, the ability of the neshama to elevate the reality stems from the neshama's special power. What's the lashon here? It's a miles on the neshama. The neshama's special high quality. But according to what we just said now, there's another aspect to it. Because actually the Nevoim have a hidden level of bittul on their own. The Mele, that's why so the fact that the neshama can elevate it is a combination of both things. On one hand, it's like the result of the power of the neshama, but the nevoim on their own also have that built-in bittul. So together, both of these things together give the neshama the ability to elevate the neshama, the dvarim tachtonim. It says no was yesh dvarim sh'tzarich mitchayim, yesh dvarim sh'tzarich yichayim l'yachid. But the ma'aseh, how does the neshama elevate the dvarim tachtonim? Says that Tanya explained, Tanya Perek Zayin, that some things come from Klipas Noiga, so we have the ability to elevate them. The way the beetle happens, what is the beetle? What beetle does the neshama pile in them? Elevates them. That we are connected to the Eibishter. Things that come from Klipas Noiga, like Dvarim HaMutorim. So we eat and we use them and we elevate them. But some things come the way the beetle is not through elevating them, but to pushing them away. So there are things in this world that we cannot elevate because they don't have that beetle. This is things that these are objects that the Eibishter created that they don't have any beetle within them. So the way that we deal, the way we battle them, they don't have built-in beetle. So how do we battle them? By pushing them away, by prevention. So it means a lashon chazal she freedom ma'ardus legam. The pasuk in Chumash Dvarim, an interesting pasuk, says that when you're gonna, I don't know, but it says, "Ashacholak Hashem Elokecha Isam L'chol Ha'amim." They have all these. Let's see if I can find the pasuk. What is the lashon? These are Lecha Shamayim. Oisas Hashemesh was Erev Gechov v'Chutzva Shamayim. Nidachta v'shtachavisa lehem. You'll look up in the sky and you'll see all these stars. Va'avadetom. You're gonna worship the star that way the Zohar. So the lashon is Asher Cholak Hashem Elokecha Isam L'chol Ha'ayim Asher Dachas Shamayim. The Eibishter divided them, gave them to the Chol Ha'amim. It's interesting. What does it mean? That the Goyim have the ability to dinner with the Zohar. That's the simple meaning of the pasuk. There's a pasuk in Saint David. Kol Ha'amim yelchu ish b'shem Elokav. So what is it? Mashenkin here. So Chassidus uses that Hashem Cholak Moshe division, Chalukah, and also actually freedom Achdus. That all the things that are clear, Shalosh Yom Meis, the Eibishter separated them from his unity. He freed them Achdus. This is Shalosh Yom Meis. Tzrichim Litchais. So I don't know why he brought in this. I don't know. It's an interest. In the Chassidus Eagle, he brought in the point that 2 points he's making this Chassidus Eagle. Number one, that in addition to what Chassidus always says that the Koyach, the Neshama to elevate the world is because the Neshama is Sahar, Ma'aras HaNeshama is also because it has a built-in bittul. So on the other hand, he says, the Neshama also tells us that some objects in some items that are created, some creations that don't have that bittul. If we don't have this, so that okay. The Chagger will say it. But in the get the Emshach and Almaim, what he's teaching us in Almaim right now is that despite the fact that there is madrega of periods, period, that we live in a world that we feel separate with the Eibishter, same time, there's also bittul. Let's continue. Bittul, shesh b'nivoim, zeh m'chines ha'chesed, sh'p'chines gilui. The reason why we do find bittul in the nivoim, first we spoke about the malachim, even the nivoim in our own world, in our own planet, which is the perek shiur that every niva does. So what is that? Where does that come from? L'mayla. What madrega l'mayla does that come? He says from chesed, from the madrega of chesed shel mayla. Tainu she'gila shleipnes go tzimtzum. That and it means that because there's a gila milamayla which doesn't have go tzimtzum, shleipnes go tzimtzum kol kach shaydei ze nasa bit. So the gila, the tzimtzum shel mayla creates pure. The Eibishter hide himself, creates in us the feeling that we are separate, we are different, we don't have connection to the Eibishter. But the fact that there is also chesed, that is an expression of the fact that there's bittul, that's an expression of the chesed of the gila eliki. Right, so he says, and that this combination is expressed in Chazal. That's what Chazal say. Rashi in the first passage of Bereshit brings this Chazal. At the beginning, the creation is midas hadin. I know this our yes. Din means gvura. Gvura results in tzimtzum and containment and concealment, and that create the Elam's Knesset. Then there is he partners with it also. Midas Rachmim, which I said in this context, Rachmim and Chesed is the same thing, which is the Gilui. That means there's a special expression of the early key, which is above the Savas and Nivoim. The Mele, despite all the Gavos Tzimtzum, the great Malchus, there's also be the early keys. Wouldn't be creation without early keys. Shezeh akir of the Karech HaPesh will be established by Nifal, like we said before, that in order for the Nifal to be created, there has to be a gil of Karech HaPesh. Because it's Boknas Midogvul, Vernifonim, and things. So the Alikis itself to create is limited, like I said earlier. The shiur Kaimash Leitza Bereshit so it's not involved. And the Rambam says, "Kol Guf Shabal Gvul, Yesh Leitza Gvul." So the Karech Alikis that creates, that's a limited Karech. But in addition to that, there's also a partnership from Midas Rachmim. Which means that there's expression of the Eibishter's which is not mitzumtzum, not limited. Chesed Barachmi means an expansion and revelation which is unlimited, infinite. The Mele, okay, Gama Gila Bailas not like is a Shalem Tzimtzum. So the Gila in the Elam get is above Tzimtzum. Aber Mikol Makom, on the other hand, yes, but the Gamken. Now he starts a little bit. With that goof, even the Gila, which is the Milas, that also is limited. Yes, but Gamken medid. There's a limit how far that bittul is. Why? That even the midas chesed, which is flows, which is amshachas alikus, gilul alikus, even that is limited. Like we learned earlier, the concept of gvor shebechesed is medida by even pashta chesed, which is by a scholar. Remember, he explained over there that even the chesed, that's nimshach, must be limited. It should be only low, because if you give chesed someone who doesn't deserve it, it produces the opposite effect. it may harm him. Like simple, like when you look at the sunlight, you can get blind. If a person, Lashon of the Gemara, if there's too much good and the Makabel cannot get it, so that creates the opposite effect. That's why now that the Chesed should work properly, has to be Chesed should be limited according to the capacity and the ability of the receiver. Over there, cloud, at the same time, I just but it's not limited, but it's not limited just like Bo, which is a total concealment. But there's still a certain gilur, and that gilur is beetle in the other one. More generally speaking, what is violating is so earlier when he spoke about Chaimer and Tzur, the two parts of creation, there's the matter and the form, both of them. Chaimer, this house, because he bought earlier, he spoke actually about Megersa Kodesh, but Oisius Adibo. That Oisius Adibo are created, the two parts of the Oisius Adibo. There's the Chaimer and the Tzur, the matter and the form, the content. So he said that the matter of the Oisius come from, what did he say? I forgot. Got it from Megersa Kodesh. 1 second. I'll get the Lashon from there. One second. Page Kufyu Dalet. It says over there, Tzura Sa'isius, Mikadmas Aseichel, V'choyma Oisius and Hamidas. There's two things, there's the Hevel Aleb, the Midas, and the Tzura, that's the Choyma Oisius, and the Tzura comes from Kadmas Aseichel. That's what he spoke about Oisius. So it's similar to that concept. He says, creation in general, the two parts, there's the Tzura and the Chaimer. The Tzura, the Chaimer is that is the Chaimer, which is the matter, which is the nifod, the part of the nifod, which is a separate being, like Chaimer, like matter, which is something feels a separate being. And then, like I said, just Shalom Nitfas here means when this Maimah was written, it wasn't printed yet. By now, it's all printed. But so, and the Tzur, the form that comes from the Ein Sof, and it's Chayfetz Havayah, like I said earlier, Chofesh Havayah, also the creation is actually from the Madrega of Chayfetz Havayah, from a higher Madrega and the highest Madrega, similar to what we said when we get to the Oisius. The Tzur of those comes from Kadmus HaSeichel, from the higher, very high Madrega. Like it says, Shnimshal the Prince HaChochma, the Eir Abba U'Mokar Chasonim, Shemizeh Arbitol B'Nivoim. So we have two parts in the Nivoim. There's the Chesed and the Gvura. The Chaimer and the Tzur come from Chesed and the Gvura. So now it takes us back to what the Maimah started. Remember, the Maimah started. This Maimah started explaining that, in addition to what we said earlier in the previous parts of the Hemshech, the union of Elam HaTikun is the Ichud of Chesed Gvura, is Kalmas Chesed Gvura. So now that's the union of Ishtachen Apin Ba'apin, this Ichud Panim B'Fanim, that comes in Elam HaTikun. He said, in the beginning of this Maimah, it said at no point that it's also the Ichud Zoh. Ichud Zoh Malchus is the same thing as the Ichud Chesed Gvura. So he spent a lot of time explaining how Malchus is connected to Gvura. Zoh is Chesed, and the Ichud Chesed Gvura is the same concept of the Ichud of Zoh Malchus. So these two parts we just discussed in the Nivoim. the part of the niva which is the mitzias, yes, the nifrod, that's gvur, and the part of the niva which is a result of the chesed, which is the bitul. So we see the yichud chesed gvur. That's actually also the concept of yichud zol malchus. The unity of the chasadim gvur is the same concept as the unity of the yichud zol malchus, which means the yichud of the bitul of the nivoim and the pillar of the nivoim. Right? And bitul by the nivoim, gam chesad is yes, come on, times the kavon, you should put bitul. So the chasadim does so. This is the concept. Yichud zol malchus, that malchus, which is like we just said, we said all along, malchus chemel gvoros chedabel. Malchus, the result of the period of the separation of yesh, that's yeshus, the neremus nifodi, and zo chesed is the union of gilui, which is bittul. And the yichud and the bit, these two parts unite. That's the yichud chasadim gvoros. That's yichud zol malchus. Yesh bazagam ken mish. But then there's there's another union, another aspect to this situation, to this madriga. Like we started the whole discussion with the sefer tznius. Adel have a masculine that in order for the yichud, just like you said earlier in my mind before, in order chesed and gvur should combine, you need a union of das, which is the mishkal, the scale that combines them and that balances them properly. So the same thing here, the union of yichud zu, there has to be a mishkal. Which yichud zu malchus be'ezer eifni yichud. So the mishkal connects the zol malchus, connects the bitul in the yeshus, and it also connects be'ezer eifni, makes it the proper balance. Is eifni a bit with scars beim short. Eifni say a bitul balance. The mishkal, the masculine, the mishkal, that creates the proper balance, how the yichud zol malchus should be and how the bitul balance should be. Okay, so this concept of the mishkal, this balance, this kayak balance, is in general, that's the concept of the zikas earth vakelim. That the kelim and the earth are balanced properly. Sha'eres emches blima blimus, vakelim emches musum tzis dovamach canal. The kelim there is by nature represent opposite streams. Earth is the union from bitul, and kelim is the union from mitzvahs. But the union of mishkal is to the unity that they combined. So that is the chiddush of Elam HaTikun, that there's a mishkal, there is a balancing act, balancing quality that makes sure that the earth and the kelim are balanced the proper way, they mix the proper way. So that creates that creates this combination. In Elam HaToyu, it could not be Mislavish kelim. So that's usually in the special citizens is earth merubim became motic on both sides of the equation. The earth are such earths that are merubim, which means, like he calls it, too much overwhelming earths, and the kelim also have a problem. The kelim are too small, too limited. So both of them don't have the ability to be combined. But Tikkun is chadish in mishkal there's a kelim. He can balance there's a kelim. That's the chiddush of Tikkun, that the two opposites, earth and kelim, despite being opposite, should be able to be combined. All right, continue to my side. I just didn't feel as much of a weight. All right. Okay.
Shukar.